Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Keish. So guys, I said to myself that I wanted to know what it's like working in the community as a nurse. So I took it upon myself and decided to venture out and gain that experience and get that opportunity. Those of you who are joining me for the first time, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. And guess what? Don't forget to press that subscription button so every time I upload a video, you'll be first to be notified. So in today's video, I am going to tell you a little more about my experience working for the first time in the community. And I'm hoping that for anyone who come across my video and would like to do and know more about community nursing, I hope that you will get some tips about that. As it says, it's community where patients from the hospital setting go back into their homes and they are well taken care of by our nurses or healthcare assistants or medical professional. Okay, so you, just a vivid example, let's say you get discharged from the hospital, you have to go home on, let's say, subcut injections over the next, let's say, few weeks to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even for lifetime, whether if it's heparin or something, and then you need a nurse to go and give it depending on the patient age, and they're unable to do that for themselves, the nurse will, this is where the nurse in the community will step in. So with all of the patients that I was supposed to do whatever, whether it be medication or wound care, from what I gathered is obviously you have a team leader or a coordinator, so you have that number to call the coordinator when you need, if something should arise, you have that number to call the coordinator. Also, you also need to have the emergency number. Let's say you show up at the patient's home or residence and let's say something should go wrong, you need to have that on speed dial. I have a list of patients. I need to find all of the addresses. So my Google map saved me. Did you hear that? My Google map saved me. So I was able to put all of my patients' addresses and find them using Google map. And so with community nursing, you go out there looking for your patients. You have tasks. So first of all, you need to make sure that you have whatever equipment. Let's say you need your blood sugar machine, you need your blood pressure machine, you need your needles, your syringes, some gauze, some cotton, some bandages, you know, anything as it relates, some plasters, anything that it relates. Let's say you have to do wound care, so you would have all these things on hand before. Make sure have check, you know, the best thing, have a checklist, you check that off and you know that you are covered based on whatever specific task that you have to do. So let's say you have your wound care, so you have all these things, you have medications to be given, whether it's a subcut, whether it's an IM, whether it's oral. Some patients, they have their medication already in blister packs, so you just go and prompt them to take their medications. Those patients that can independently do their blood sugar, some of them, they will go ahead, because they're expecting a nurse, so they will go ahead, they will do their blood sugar and wait until the nurse comes. Sometimes they go ahead and they even more so eat and then they wait to get their post blood sugar check or their insulin thereafter. Okay, so let's say for my task today, I had a number of patients that I had to give injectables, I had to give medication, and I had to do wound care, which I literally surprised myself because this is an area that I do not know. I am new to this area. And guys, I was able to execute every task that I had. I was able to do that. And where the nurse comes in, I made my patients feel comfortable. It's not a hospital setting. Here you are in the patient's home where they are comfortable, where they're independent, they're living alone, everything. Sometimes, like, you probably will, when you go, you may meet a carer, or the carer may be coming in like 3 times a day to check up on the patient, all the good stuff. So, guys, I walked. I I am not that fortunate yet to have a vehicle, but then I'm thinking to myself, let's say I want to do community nursing. Yes, it is very good to have a vehicle depending on the area that you're going to do your work, and it's not so good because there are areas where you can maneuver on your feet, and it makes it a bit more easier. Because think about it, every patient that you have to go and take care of, let's say you have to find parking, and it, to me, depending on the area, this is just my personal take on it. Every patient that you have to go, you have to find a parking and all that confusion. Yeah, so it's convenient, but also there are the con side of it. Okay, so guys, one of the good thing is that I was able to complete my 12,000 steps. The good side, it's great because I was able to get in that exercise. So guys, that was just my experience. It was rewarding. So guys, as I said, being a community nurse, there are different tasks and there are different skills that you need to go out there to do. So may it be medication, whether it's oral, whether it's injectables, whether it's a subcut, whether it's an IM injection, also whether it's oral, I get tongue tied. Anyway, whether it's oral, and also you probably need to do catheter change, or whether it's a suprapubic or a male or a female catheter. Yes, those are some of the things that you can actually do. Also, another thing to keep in mind, let's say if the patient is on heparin, you need to know the patient previous, let's say, blood results, whether it's the INR, the international normalizing ratio, to check the clotting factor, to make sure that all is well before. Let's say you have the patient is hypertensive, you would want to do the patient blood pressure before you give them the antihypertensive before you give them the blood pressure medication. You will need to give them and you check the blood pressure, then give them the antihypertensive medication. Likewise with the sugar, you will check the blood sugar to see how much it is, and you go ahead and you give them. And one of the thing is, you need to pay attention. You talk to your patient, make them feel comfortable, make them feel relaxed. And here I am going into their homes. They never met me before, but I still have to go with a positive attitude and make them feel comfortable, see if just assess them to see if there's any problem that needs to be addressed or needs to be referred, and also paying close attention to in terms of the patient surrounding, in terms of if you go, how you meet them, if they're clean, if they're tidy, if they are in pain, all these things. So if they have a concern, you address it, you don't ignore it. But on the flip side of things, it was really, really good. I get to see the place, I get to learn a new environment, a new area, and I was overall happy about all of this. All right, so guys, that was my first time experience going out there into the community, and I did enjoyed it, and I know that I will be going back sometime in the near future. So guys, if you like my video, don't forget to smash that subscription button, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know what would you like to see in the near future.